Thanks again for joining me. It's Fran Conway. I'm a registered nurse and yoga therapist at Cornell Medical Center at New York City. And thank you for joining my yoga series. So a little reading to start us off with. Begin your yoga practice by sitting on the floor in any comfortable position. Feel the energy in the room. Observe the colors and shapes and be aware of how you feel. Then close your eyes and breathe deeply, gently. Savor the air for a moment as you hold your breath and then release it slowly. Do this 3 times, reminding yourself that you're an integral part of the universe. Pay attention to your posture, the feeling tone of you, and be relaxed and motionless. Then say a short prayer or invocation. Okay, so let's come to stand. And yesterday we did the breakdown of all of the basic poses in the sun salutation. So now we're going to link them together, and we'll do it very slowly, but we'll start to link them together, and we'll build on that every time that there's the next series, okay? So let's just warm up first and just swing the arms back and forth a little bit, and you can see if your hands can just touch the back of your opposite buttock as you do that. And then you can come up onto the tippy toes, and then you can start to bend the knees. And then you can start to swing out a little bit, and then get the wrists involved, shaking it out a little bit, and then come back to the front of your mat, and then bring your hands on your shoulders, and just rotate the elbows and shoulders backward. Taking nice deep breaths as you do that. Inhale, exhale, back down and around. And then take interlace your fingers behind you and broaden across the chest without sticking out the ribs, without over curving your lumbar spine, and just breathe here. Opening up the lungs. Inhale, exhale, and then inhale, let the arms go, and shake it out. We'll do a few head and neck exercises first. So inhale, chin is parallel, exhale, bring the chin down. Inhale, bring the chin to be back to parallel, and exhale, bring the chin down. You can bring your hands on your waist. Inhale up, and exhale down. Come back to center again. Inhale to start, exhale, look over towards your right, and come back to center on the in-breath. Exhale, look over towards your left. Come back to center, and do that at your own pace now. Always coming back to center on the inhale, and moving with the exhale to look over the shoulder. And keep the legs strong here. So even though we're haven't started the flow practice, you're still in mountain pose. So the legs are engaged, and you can take a look down at the feet and just keep the engagement, all of the elements of the mountain pose. And then one more head and neck exercise. Right ear looks at right shoulder, so you're not scrunching up. It's just, you're just looking at each other, and this whole side, the left side of the neck, is all opening up. Inhale up, exhale, other side. Left ear looks at left shoulder. Your chin stays in the midline, so it's not turning. It's staying right in the midline of your body. Inhale up, and do that one more time each side. And then exhale, come over. Good. Okay. So look down at your feet. Press into the 3 corners of the foot, under the ball of the big toe, ball of the little toe, middle of the heel. And then engage the thigh muscles by gently lifting the kneecap. And the pubic bone is coming up energy-wise, and the tailbone is going down energy-wise. Your spine lifts up out of the pelvis, and you're broadening across your collarbone. The hands are out, and the chin is parallel. So this is the mountain pose, foundational pose. The all of these yoga poses. So we're just going to do some warming up. So we're going to inhale, bring the arms up overhead, and then exhale, bend the knees, and cross the hands in front of the torso and come up again. And then exhale, come down, and cross the hands the opposite way. So just keep going at your own pace, always crossing the hands the opposite way, just to get out of habitual patterns where we always have the right in front or you always have the left in front. And it just keeps you very focused to do that too. So there's that bending up and down, and you're creating some heat and energy, and just going up and just going down. Easy peasy. One more time like that, and then we'll stay up and breathe. Relaxing the shoulders, with the fingertips are pointing towards the ceiling. Feet grounded to the earth, fingertips up to the sky. Inhale, exhale, come down. Take a moment to take that in. Shake out any residual tension, and we'll start. Now, if you need blocks nearby, you can have them, or you can use soup cans. So whatever is best for you. And it might be a good idea to invest in some blocks if you're going to keep up with your yoga practice. So come into your mountain pose, take that inventory. Where's your feet? Where's your legs? Where's your pelvis? Where's your spine? Shoulders, hands, and chin. Crown of the head. Just take that quick inventory. It'll really serve you well. Inhale, take the palms out to the side and reach up. And then exhale, bend the knees, and just come forward from the hip crease, bringing the hands to your blocks. And then you can also bring your hands to the floor if you don't have blocks. So then this is a forward bend. Inhale into a flat back, so your hands are on your shins. And you're looking about a foot in front of you. And then exhale, come down again. Relaxing the head and the neck. Inhale, come back. The head and neck are neutral, so you're looking straight down. Exhale, the crown of the head is towards the floor, looking at the floor. And do that one more time. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, forward. Take the arms out. Exhale very, very deeply. Keep the containment of the belly as you inhale to rise up. Letting your thoracic spine take that up, and then your legs, and then bring the hands down into the heart. So moving like that by taking the arms out to the side takes a lot of the strain out of the lumbar spine. And that's where a lot of people can get hurt during yoga, doing yoga, because if they're going through these sequences too fast. Okay, so we're going to build on that. Inhale, bring the arms up. And exhale, fold forward, coming forward from the hip crease, bending at the hips. Take your hands to the blocks of the floor, and this is your forward bend. Inhale into flat back. You're looking straight at the floor. I'm just looking up at the camera just to make sure that I can see myself and that you can see me. And then take the hands back down to the floor. Take one knee to the floor, and then take the other knee to the floor, and just remove your blocks if you have them. So now we're in tabletop. And now from here, you're just going to inhale and arch your back a little bit. So the tailbone and the head come up, and exhale, round and look down. Inhale, arch and look up, and exhale, round and look down. You can come back a little bit with the hips, and then one more time. Inhale, arch and look up, exhale, round and look down. Now, from tabletop, just take your hands out about an inch, curl your toes under, and then lift your knees up. And then hike your hips all the way back behind you. Keep the knees bent here if you're new to yoga. If you have a yoga practice, you can straighten the legs. But what's really important is that the back is straight and that the head and neck are in alignment with the spine. So if you notice, my ears are in between my arms. And now from here, let the chest melt back towards the thighs. And from here, inhale. Exhale, and now inhale, we're going to move into plank. So you're going to come up onto the balls of the toes as you slide the shoulders forward to be right on top of your shoulders. Sorry, your shoulders to be right on top of your hands. Shoulders on top of your shoulders, right on top of hands. Okay? And from here, we'll go down to the floor, but not, we're going to come back down to the knees first. So just come to the knees, take the hands an inch more forward, and you can widen the hands here. And now from here, to get down to the floor, you're going to come forward with your thighs, with your pelvis, the belly, the ribs, and then the head will come down. Bring your arms, your hands right alongside your chest, and bring the feet together. First thing to do is to make sure the shoulders are away from the floor, shoulder blades going down. Now, lift your neck, and then just the upper part of your chest. Let your hands hover above the floor. So you're not deeply pressing into the floor using your biceps. Now we're really using our back muscles here. And if it's too much on your lower back, come out of it or come down more. You don't even have to be up that high for this pose. And this is a good pose to stay in to counter effect all the rounding we've been doing. And I'm looking pretty much straight down at the floor or maybe 6 inches in front of me. Inhale. Exhale, bring the hands down to the floor, push up, and come back to tabletop. And then re-establish your placing of your hands. And then from here, if tabletop is your pose, you'll stay in tabletop until we're ready to come forward. And then you can do all of the things that we did with the cat-cow, and then you can also do some circling with the hips. So yoga is really adaptable. You don't have to do this. So many other ways to adapt and do things so that you don't hurt yourself or if your body's not able to do that. Now, for those of you out there who have a downward dog practice or who want to keep pushing through and learning how to do this, then bend your knees are bent. You're going to lift the knees off the floor, hike the hips back, and really bend the knees deeply here so that the chest can go back and that the hips are really hiked up into the air. And then see if you want to start straightening. And then just pedal out a little bit. This is great to work into the calf muscles, your soleus and your gastrocnemius muscles. And get the blood circulating in there, stretching out those muscles. And then hold it, or hold it bent. And then start to walk your feet up to meet your hands. Now, if you were in a tabletop and you're coming out of that, you'll bring one foot up front. You ask your body, which foot do I bring up front? Bring both hands to the knee that's up front. Curl your back toes under, lift your back knee, and bring that back foot up to meet the front, and then come up. Everybody come up from where you are down below, and then bring your hands in prayer in front of your heart. Okay, so we're going to do that again. And as you can see, that builds up quite a bit of heat. So it's a great way to start the day, but it's really a wonderful exercise to do at any time of day. And if you're doing it in the evening, it's nice to go slower because you don't want to work up your nervous system too much. Okay, mountain pose. Take that quick inventory now. Whoop, all the way up from the feet to the head. Rotate the palms out. Inhale up. And exhale, bend the knees, arms out to the side. Bring the hands to the floor or to your block. Inhale, flat back. Looking about a foot in front of you, and the head and neck are neutral. Exhale, look down, hands down to the floor. Bring the hands to the floor, bring the knees to the floor. So we're back into that tabletop position. I'll just come up a little closer. So if this is your pose, then stay with it. If downward dog is not your pose, don't worry about it. This is your pose, okay? So from here, now we're going to add on a little bit more. Curl your back toes under, and then lift your knees and come all the way back, hiking the hips up into the air. And you might feel like you need to reestablish your feet, and that's fine. You can open up your arms a little bit, hike up the hips, and see if you can just rotate your bicep up just a little bit and the tricep down. but keep your forearm where it is. So it's just a little added nuance to help protect the shoulders. And now from here, we're going to come to plank. So what we did with the knees bent, now we're going to straighten them, and we're going to come up onto the ball of the toes and slide the shoulders over the wrists. So just so you can see, I'm not hiked up here and I'm not sagging. I'm sort of thinking about where my pelvis is in time and space. And my shoulder blades are protracting, opening up to get my serratus and rhomboids working in here. Now, if you want to come out, let's come out of it for a second just to demonstrate how to modify that. So when you're in a class and they come into plank pose and that's not for you, you just stretch one leg back out. And that's a really good way to see where your hips are. You can see my hip is right wherever my leg was stretched out to, that's where my hip is. And this is actually a fun thing to do. If you don't have a mirror, you can put on your camera and then you can slide if you want to do this, the half plank, that's fine. And then you can straighten out the other one. And then you stay there. It's a great pose. And then you can say, all right, I want to try it now. So you keep that right foot balanced and then you slide the left leg back. And you can see that you're still where you were before. And then you just want to make sure that the hips are in the right place. It's a very good strengthening pose. And now we're going to come down. So come back down to your knees. And just bring the hands out, maybe hands width in front of you. And now bring the pelvis forward. And you're going to lower through the thighs, but you're not collapsing here in the neck. You're maintaining that integrity of the shoulders. You bring the thighs down. The pelvis, the elbows are going back, they're not splaying out, they're going back, so we're building strength in the arms, and the rib cage, the chest, and the forehead. Bring your hands right alongside the chest, press the feet into the floor, and bring the shoulders away from the floor, shoulder blades down, lift the chin, and the face, and the chest just a little bit. And I'm even going to come down a little bit more. And then hover your hands above the floor. And this will really get into your back muscles. So we really want to strengthen here. Imagine your lungs opening. You're really breathing into your lungs here. It's hard to take a belly breath in this pose. Inhale. Exhale, bring the hands to the floor. Come back to tabletop. Actually come back into a child's pose and just stretch it out. You can bring your forehead to the floor, or if you have a block or a pillow or a stuffed animal, you can bring your forehead to that support. And just really stretch out along the arms. And if your butt doesn't come to your heels, take the same thing, a pillow or a stuffed animal or a blanket. Okay, so there's always ways to get around yoga poses. So yoga really is for everybody. There's always ways to adapt it. Now, if this is your pose, we're going to come up this way this time. If you are doing downward dog, come into your downward dog, and then you'll eventually walk forward to your forward bend, and you'll come up the way we talked about. And now this time we're going to, for the people who are in tabletop, we'll come up, bring one foot forward. And actually, I always bring my right foot forward. So I'm going to say, I just checked in with my body and I'm saying, oh, my left knee can come forward this time. I'm curling my back toes under. So let me turn this way. I'm curling those back toes under. I have both hands on the left thigh. I'm going to lift that back knee. And notice I'm not rounding. So I really like to avoid rounding as much as possible, and then hands on my hips, and then we bring that back foot up to meet the front with the flat back, and then you come up. And then pause, bring your hands on your heart. Take a moment. And you might feel sun salutations can create a little bit of a cardio effect. So that's That's a good thing, but you want to rest in between and give the body time. Anytime there's any space or sensation that you feel, that you notice, let your mind rest there. And that's when your body becomes very, very sensitive. Okay, let's do one more. We'll do it a little quicker this time. And maybe I won't talk so much. My husband would be happy. Okay, where are my feet? Legs, torso, lift up, chin, parallel, arms out. Inhale up, exhale, fold forward, bend knees. Let the head go. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward, hands to the floor, tabletop. If this is your pose, stay there, make your movements. If you want to come into downward dog, take the hands forward just a little bit, curl the toes under, and come into your dog. We're going to stay here for a few breaths. Keep the knees bent, hips tight, long line of energy in the torso. Imagine your vertebrae getting longer and creating space in between each vertebrae. All the discs are getting hydrated. Head and neck are relaxed. Inhale, exhale to plank or half plank. Always change it so you don't always use one leg. From here, come to tabletop again. Walk the hands out just a little bit. You can open the arms if this is too tight now for your shoulders. And now inhale, come forward, lower down the thighs, keep the integrity in the shoulders so we're not shrugging. Thighs, pelvis, abdomen, chest, head. Hands alongside the chest. Inhale, initiate the movement from the back of the neck as you curl up, shoulders away, shoulder blades down. Cover the hands. We'll stay here for 5 breaths. Lower the head if it becomes too much. If the shoulder blades are retracting now, they're going together. Inhale. Exhale, bring the hands to the floor and come back to tabletop. Make any movements you want to make. If you're a tabletop person, and you can even see what I'm doing with my hips, just making them go from side to side. It's a really great way to wake up the musculature, the circulatory system too, and then come back. Curl it. We're going into downward dog for those of us going into dog. Otherwise, if you're a tabletop person, come up the way we just talked about. Lift the knees up and come back. Hips tight. And now just try to straighten the knees. Don't bend them quite so much now. Hike your hips up. Actually, bend them. Forget what I just said. Bend them deeply. Hike the hips up. And now straighten them a little bit. They don't have to be totally straight. But when you bend them deeply, you have the ability to move the hips up. And then keeping that position of the hips, now straighten a little bit. And that'll just challenge the muscles in the calves. And don't worry about the heels going down to the floor. Mine certainly don't, and I'll need a few lifetimes before they ever do. So that's not a goal. The goal is straight back. And now from here, inhale and exhale, walk the feet nice and slowly up to meet the hands. And I'm very conscious when I do that to keep my back straight. And now from here, inhale, flat back, extending and broadening across, leading with the heart. Fold forward, arms out to the side. Exhale, really deeply, navel back to spine, keeping that containment. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, hands in prayer in front of your heart. Place your hands right on your heart. And notice how good it feels. What you've done for your body, the stretching, the linking of the movements and your breath. And how blessed we are to be able to move these bodies. Okay, let's just do one stretch and then we'll come into our relaxation pose. So feet are also hip distance apart again. Hands are on the waist. Take the right arm up. Get nice and tall without overextending the shoulder here, and just relax that shoulder. Now inhale and exhale, extend the torso over to the left. And you're looking out under your right arm. So this is just a lateral stretch. Inhale up and exhale, bring the hand down. Both hands on the waist. Inhale the left arm up, get nice and tall, and don't shrug the shoulders. Inhale, exhale. Extend the torso over to the right hand. And then you turn and look under your left arm. Inhale up and exhale down. So actually, I'd like to do one more pose with you. So my yoga blankets are upstairs, so I'm just using a blanket from my couch. And come to sit on a blanket. And if you don't have a blanket, don't worry about it. I'll do it off the blanket too, just in case you don't have a blanket, so we can be in it together. But just so you know, you can use all of these things that are lying around your living room, pillows. There's all sorts of things that we can do. If you're really slumping back, then you do need a blanket because it will help your pelvis stay in that anterior pelvic tilt. Otherwise, you will be out of sync with it, out of alignment. Bend the right knee, and we're just going to do this version of the seated spinal twist. Hold on to the right shin with both hands, and then take the left forearm and place it on your right shin. Take your right hand and bring it behind you, and then use that right hand as a bit of a strut. You don't want it to be too rigid. Keep a slight bend in the elbow, in the right elbow. And then notice this right shoulder can have a tendency to close in, to internally rotate. You want it to be open. So here we are with our left hand on the outer aspect of the right shin. We're going to inhale and exhale, just turn the belly towards the right. Inhale and exhale, turn the ribs to the right. Inhale and exhale, turn the head and neck to the right. So you're looking towards your right shoulder. Don't strain your head and neck to get it. There's no perfection here. It's what's right for you right now. So with each inhale, just feel your torso getting longer. And with each exhale, soften into the pose. These twists are really good for elimination, for digestion. So this side, we can get to our right, the ascending colon on the right side. There's a nice twist there. And then inhale, we're going to come out of it the same way in 3 parts. So you don't want to come out really quickly in one swooping motion. And by the way, that left foot that's on the floor, it's flexed. So it's not flopping, it's engaged. Inhale, exhale, turn the head and neck back. Inhale, exhale, turn the chest back to center. Inhale, exhale, then turn the belly back to center. Come to sit again with the legs straight out. The hands are just holding you up for support, and just shake it out. Take a deep breath in, exhale. And now bend the left knee. And just bring it in close enough. The right foot is flexed. And then you want to get your right forearm just somewhere, or your right hand on the outer aspect of the left thigh. It doesn't have to be like this if it's going to make you strain. So just use the hand for now. Okay? Or maybe this is your pose. We just, we see how we feel day by day, week by week, year by year. Take that left hand behind you. And again, you can see now, right now I have it straight as a rail. Now I'm going to bend the elbow a little bit. And then this will help me to open up here. So inhale, exhale, turn the belly to the left. Pause. Inhale, exhale, turn the ribs to the left. And pause. Inhale, exhale, turn the head and neck to the left. And don't even go to your edge. Don't think that you've got to turn, you've got to do this, like the covers of the yoga magazines. If this is your pose, your yoga practice. So with each in-breath, get taller, and with each exhale, just soften into it. Keep that right foot flexed. It's very engaged. And I like to think of this pose as us looking at the voice in the back of our head, which is our intuition, right? We say, oh, there was a voice in the back of my head. Well, this is it. We can think of it here, that we're looking towards the voice in the back of our head. And now is a really good time to listen to our intuition. What should I do next? What do you want me to do? There is that voice inside of us that is very wise and all-knowing. So this is a really good time to pay attention to that and to cultivate a relationship with our intuition. Inhale, exhale, turn the head and neck back. Inhale, exhale, turn the ribs back. Inhale, exhale, turn the abdomen back. And pause for a second. Use your hands to support your body and then shake out the legs. Shake out any way you need to. And then come to lie on your mat into Shavasana, your relaxation. If you need something to support your neck or your head, use that. And if you're in your living room and you just see something right there, just grab it. If you need something to put on top of you, a blanket, it's a nice thing to do as the body cools down during this time. And if you need something under your knees, that's also a nice thing to do to release any lower back pain or tension. So relax your feet, relax your ankles and your calves, the knees and the body, pelvis and the abdomen, and your chest, your shoulders and arms, and the whole back line of the body, your neck and your face, and your skull and your scalp. Relax your eyes. And just for the time being, bring your hands on your lower abdomen. And as you are in this pose, if they fall off, so be it. No biggie. And on your inhale, notice how the belly rises out on the inhale. And on the exhale, notice how the belly goes in. And you're not even trying to do anything. It's just happening. Inhale, the belly rises. And then the belly falls. And just follow that breath while you're lying in this relaxation. And let your next exhale be very long. And your next inhale very deep. And wiggle your fingers in place. Make any movements or adjustments that your body needs to make as it's slowly waking up. And then come to lie on whatever side is right for you. And as you're in that fetal position, tell yourself one thing that you love about yourself. And it shouldn't take long. So that's also a good practice to self-care. Telling ourselves things that we really love and admire about us. And then use your hands to help distribute your body weight. And come back to a seated position of your choice. So I sit on a block. That's better for me these days. When I sit cross-legged on a blanket, it's fine. But I have a tendency to slump in it. So my posture is better served by sitting on a block, and I get both sitting bones on the block. And this is a really good pose in and of itself. So we're just going to do a quick little chant that's really helpful to keep the mind very focused and prevent it from being agitated, which yoga is preparing us to do for all of these other meditation and relaxation purposes. So it's sa, sa, ta, ta, na, na, ma. And when you say sa, you have your thumb touch your index finger. Ta, na, ma. And you keep saying sa, ta, na, ma. And just do it now with your eyes closed. Sa, ta, na, ma. So it's like you say it silently to yourself, and then you just go. You can use both hands if you want. And you can sing it to yourself if you want, or just say it silently. Sa, ta, na, na. Sa, ta, na, na. Or just say it just like you would. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Or sa, ta, na, ma. Whatever works for you. So just do that on your own for a minute. This is a great tool to keep the mind focused when you feel anxious, when you feel like you're being just taken into the vortex or the hamster wheel of thoughts. And it basically means truth is my identity. You're true to your own self. Truth is my identity, and true to your own self. Probably one of the biggest things that we can learn, to our own self to be true. And then let go of the chants. Bring your hands in prayer in front of your heart, and we'll do a call and response to end the class. So I'll say the line and then you can say it out loud or in your head. May we have a peaceful mind, an easeful body, and a useful life. Namaste. And thanks for practicing with me today.